Hey, welcome everyone to another edition of Football Friday. We are here today to review the game that began Illinois State's outstanding 2014 playoff run. And joining us to remember the game that we're going to cover is Cam Meridith, the wide receiver who, hey, Cam, good to see you. One of the great stories of Redbird football history, made the transition from quarterback to wide receiver and became an outstanding wide receiver, good enough to play in the NFL. Cam, great to have you with us. How you doing?
I'm good. Appreciate you guys having me on, and I'm excited to talk about bringing some old memories.
Well, before we talk about the game against Northern Iowa, which started the 2014 playoff series, you've been in the NFL now for 5 seasons, 3 of them with the Bears. What's your status right now? Are you healthy, and are you hoping to play this fall?
Yeah, I'm on my way to getting healthy right now, and still rehabbing a little bit of past surgeries and stuff that I've had recently. So I'm just finding my way back, still climbing that mountain. But hopefully this season I'll be back and in good enough shape to pick up right where I left off.
We hope so too. We have loved watching you play, especially, of course, when you were with the Bears. But whoever you're with this fall, we'll be tuned in. So good luck in that regard. But let's go back to December 6th of 2014. It was the playoff opener for you guys. You'd gone through the regular season losing only 1 game to Northern Iowa, although that was at the Unidome. So heading into that game, what were you thinking? Were you pretty confident you'd beat them?
At that point, we had been pretty much undefeated, and we had that team right there. We felt something special. We felt like we weren't going to lose anybody. So for you and I to come in there and try and take us out on our own home field, that we wouldn't going to let that happen.
Well, what a start to the game. You guys were just dominant early. The first possession, a 73-yard touchdown drive, which included a 35-yard Trey Roberson to Cameron Meridith completion, and then the 6-yard touchdown pass to you, an inside slant. What do you remember about that play?
I remember everything about that drive, actually. I remember I ran a post route from our goal line, and Trey put it out there, and I could have scored, honestly, but I was too busy looking up at the scoreboard trying to see who was behind me. But I definitely remember, I was dealing with DeAndre Hall. I've played with him actually with the Bears now, and he's a really talented cornerback, and he was pressing me up the whole game. So I was telling Trey that we should take him deep a couple times, and then we should take him short. So Coach was on the same page, Trey was on the same page, and I remember it was just so smooth how that whole drive went.
Well, and you did take him short then for the touchdown play, which put you up 7-0. Second possession, another touchdown. This was a 1-yard run by Marshawn Coprich. Third possession, another Redbird touchdown, and you made 3 catches on that drive, including another touchdown drive, which was basically the same pattern as the previous touchdown, right?
It was the exact same route. It was the exact same route, and it was like he knew he should have known it was coming, but he didn't, But I feel like me and Trey were having that connection at that time, and he kind of knew. He kind of switched the route and was like, we should run that slant again. So
have you talked with DeAndre Hall a lot about that game?
Oh, yeah. As soon as we got on the same team in the NFL and we linked up and started talking, we talked a little trash about, on the fields and practice. So, it's that competitive edge that, good competition brings out of anybody.
Well, 21-0 at that point. It was 24-0 at the half. So how were you feeling at halftime? Were you concerned about how overconfidence might affect the team in that situation?
I wouldn't say overconfident. I knew that because I saw everybody in the locker room, at halftime. We knew that, we weren't done yet, because I feel like we had an obsession with just scoring a lot of points. So we definitely wanted to come back out and score some more points. So I knew we weren't going to take the foot off the gas.
Well, and 10 more points in the third quarter, so you're up 34-7 heading into the fourth period. But the Panthers did make it a little bit interesting down the stretch. A fumble on the ensuing kickoff. They recovered it. They scored. So that made it 34-14. And then, I'm sorry, I mixed that up. They had a long touchdown drive, took them only 3 minutes. They scored early in the fourth to make it 34-14. Then came the fumble on the ensuing kickoff, and they took it into the end zone again. So 2 quick touchdowns, and suddenly it's a 13-point game, and there's still 11 minutes to go. And you have to be thinking offensively, we are going to have to score some more points to win this game.
Yeah, for sure. I think especially that was like our first time being in a playoff situation. So we knew it was new territory for us, and we probably just we figured that we probably should just go ahead and knock this one out because it's only gonna get harder down the road. We gotta go ahead and finish this game off strong. Defense came together, so we got it done.
Well, you did. You stopped them on the next drive. They did get the ball back with about 3 minutes to go, but then the interception by Teddy Corwin pretty much clinched the game, and you and the offense got it into the end zone one more time, and a really nice 41-21 victory for the Redbirds. It was, and I don't know if you realized this at that time, but it was the first home playoff game for the Redbirds in 15 seasons.
Wow.
And it was a delightful victory. But then it was on the road because you guys were not seeded in the top 4. And so your only home game was in that round of 16 contest. And you went to Eastern Washington, a place where the Redbirds had lost 2 years previous, but a wonderful victory there. And then all the way to the other side of the country to New Hampshire to win that game. What are your memories of those 2 games, Cam? So far away on the road against extremely good competition.
Man, it's giving me goosebumps just thinking about those times because I remember Eastern Washington, it was so cold, I had never been out there before, and it was so cold. But I remember that was a close game, pretty much the whole way through. It was back and forth. And I do remember making a one-handed catch on the sideline that ended up on SportsCenter later that night. So that was like the highlight of that game for me too, other than the win. We played a great game. We're on to the next round, and one of my plays ended up on I think it was top 10. So that was a great moment for me. I was pretty hyped about that. And then New Hampshire was also really cold. New Hampshire was really cold, man.
Well, it was December, so it's the time of the year where it gets a little cold. You know that growing up in Chicago.
Yeah, but New Hampshire was a different type of cold. But it was a competitive game, and New Hampshire was a well-coached team. They played good defense. They hit us on their offensive side of the ball. So it was one of those games we had to show what we were made of. And honestly, I ain't gonna lie, without Trey making that last run, I don't know if we would have made it. So, because I definitely wish I would have played better that game personally. But,
the tackle that Mike Banks made at the end of the game to shut down New Hampshire's final threat. Mike, of course, on the Redbird coaching staff right now. That has to be pretty memorable for you as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember our DBs just playing a great game because, they had RJ, the receiver, and, all game, even our linebackers just playing so fast that game. It was a great defensive game for both teams.
Well, and then after several weeks of preparation, it was on to Frisco for the national championship game against North Dakota State. And, of course, it was another NDSU victory, but what a wonderful game. I mean, I've covered a lot of college football games in my lifetime. I don't know that I've ever covered one that was more dramatic and more entertaining than that one. To be part of that one, even though you were on the losing end, had to be thrilling.
Yeah, if I was going to lose, I'd rather lose like that. I mean, it was a close call for them, and they got out of it by the chinny chin chin. And I really just was trying to I remember looking back, I was just so excited, so hyped to be, in a national championship game. And it was just like a platform that we had never been on before. So everybody was pretty excited, we were just so emotional, and I think that, at least for me, I think that kind of like hindered me a little bit, and I think that if we would have played with less emotion and just more like, focus on the moment, I'm not saying that everybody did, but I just think in a general sense, it was a big moment for all of us, and we were really excited. But, you know, at the end of the day, we played a great game, and, you know, we almost won that game, and we should have, to be honest with you.
Well, and then it was on to the NFL for you. That 2014 playoff season may be part of your springboard to the National Football League. But the most amazing thing, Cam, was your switch from backup quarterback to wide receiver. That has to look to you right now like a very, very good move.
Yeah, I mean, all thanks to Coach Speck and those guys on the coaching staff, Coach Dickens, all of those guys. They kind of, you know, put me to the side and kind of, you know, knew what's best for me type of thing. And I didn't want to hear any of it at first. Believe me, I was not trying to let go of my quarterback position. But Coach Speck kind of just you know, made it clear for me, and just it wasn't a personal thing. It was more of a you know, we can get more out of you type of thing. And I love football, man. So I'm glad I did, and I'm glad where I'm at now. So all worked out.
Well, we're all glad you did, and we're glad you could join us for some good memories, Cam. Good luck with the rest of your football career. We hope to be watching you this fall. We hope to be watching anybody this fall.
I know, right? I hope to be playing this fall. Real soon, though, we'll be back.
All right. Thanks so much, Cam. We appreciate your being with us. And thank you, folks, for tuning in to another edition of Football Friday. Dick Ludke saying so long for now.
All right. See you later. Thanks for having me.